Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Dr. Ruth Anderson and Teri Angel here with Enlightened World Network. We bring you a meditation every day of the year. Most of them are guided, and on Wednesdays we do something we call meditation excavation, which is where Teri and I meditate with you. We invite you to just join in with us, but this is different because we share with you what we experience. And Spirit always has a message for us as we're doing this. So, good morning, Teri. Thank you for being here.
Good morning, Ruth, and good morning, everyone. So good to be back together again.
It is, absolutely. Okay, are we ready, Teri?
Ready?
All right, friends, just get yourself comfortable in your chair or if you're laying down. Let's take a breath, slow down our breathing, slow down our thinking. Feel the weight, your weight, on the chair or on the floor. Feel yourself fully supported. Let's take a slow, deep breath. And a full exhale. Okay, let's draw some attention to our root chakra. We're going to get grounded. So as you take a deep breath, just imagine roots growing out of your root chakra down at the base of your spine. And imagine those roots going down your legs, down the chair legs, out, down into the center of the earth. And just watch as they go through the different layers of the earth's core. Feel them going down deep as well as broad. Really get yourself grounded today. Okay, and now let's draw your attention to your heart space. Envision a beautiful emerald green. As we go to that heart space, and it looks like that's where they want us to do some work today. So envision yourself in your heart space. Might look like a living room, might look like a swimming pool, might look like a mountaintop, whatever is calling to you. Find a nice, comfortable place in there for you to spend time with us. If you want to clean up a little bit, redecorate a little bit, take something out that no longer serves you, this is the perfect time to use your imagination and your intuition. And Teri, while we're preparing our heart space for this journey together, would you please invite in the spiritual divinity?
Absolutely. So we want to start with Source, God Creator. That's where everything begins. Asking that the blessing be made for this meditation, whoever is hearing these words. And Divine Mother, asking for that presence to nurture us and for us to feel the love, the unconditional love that comes forth from her, and for Christ to be very present with us as we do the healing work. We've been given the messengers, the angels, to guide us, to help us through this journey. So let's invite them in now and invoke their energy. Archangel Raphael coming in with the energy of air. You might feel a breeze as Raphael enters the room. Archangel Michael standing guard and being the protector with the energy of fire. Archangel Gabriel coming in for clarity with the energy of water. And Archangel Uriel helping us to connect in and stay grounded into the earth energy. And let's see ourselves there now with those roots dug in to Mama Gaia and going all the way down into the core. Just staying present with where you are right now. And any of the other angels, archangels, masters that want to be present with us, we invite you to join in with us. And we're just going to feel that energy, feel the love as they come forth. Just ask them to show themselves to you, whatever that looks like. It might be a touch. It might, like I said, be just a breeze that comes by you. It might be just a knowingness that they are there. So let's take a moment to just really feel into that and let it all surround us and go swirling in this beautiful energy circle around each of our individual bodies and against our collective energy. Let's see it all just coming and swirling around that as well. Breathe it in.
Thank you, Teri.
I felt such peace with all of this energy. It was beautiful this morning.
Very calm.
Mm-hmm.
So interesting. I'm hearing the word knowing, which to me, I love the word knowingness. And it's a knowing that we are in spirit, we are absolutely loved in spirit, and we are one in spirit. And that's the knowingness that I'm getting now, Teri. And with that comes that calm. Because when you know that that's who you are, nothing can pull you off course. I I'm seeing, those kid toys that you can you can punch them and they just pop back up. They look kind of like a bowling ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's how it is when you see yourself as a spiritual being, as one with all that is and all that ever was. You can get punched down over and over and over and over. You just keep popping back up.
Resilience.
Mhm.
I'm also hearing to bring your vessel, whatever that looks like. It's an empty cup. It's your own body that you're willing to let be filled up with this energy, the spirit. And I was shown an image. We're here in New Orleans right now. And in New Orleans, there are lots of potholes, and they're big potholes. So I just see them being filled up with the rain that's been coming down, and it's all calm. So it's just a reminder for us that we can fill our vessels at any time with spirit, with positive energy, with just allowing it to fill us. We don't have to do anything other than open up and receive. And that's what I'm seeing right now is the receiving all of that energy that's coming in. Just allow it to be with you.
An important part of that is to stop doing so you can receive. That's part of why we do the meditations every day. So people will just stop doing, stop thinking, stop, thinking that they have to be in control of something and just allow.
There's such freedom in that. When we don't have to be in control, we're not at the helm. We're just allowing ourselves to be guided. And it's not that anyone is taking our power, it's feeling into the huge power that is the being that's divined all of this and allowing that plan to unfold.
So, Teri, off to the right of what I'm seeing with what you're leading us through, I'm also being shown, and it started right away, it's like a graveyard where folks that have passed, it's symbolic of those that we have loved and lost. And this is interesting and different because so many times we have seen those that we have loved and lost come and join us in spirit in these meditations, but this is different. This is actually drawing our attention to the loss that we feel here in the 3D realm when someone we love has passed on. And as I'm looking at this scene of the graveyard, I'm seeing from every grave spirit coming up and being released. And the symbolism of that, it's like I'm just asking, okay, why are they showing us that? Okay, so this is symbolic, not only of when somebody passes from their body, that their spirit is released. There's the chimes. But it's also in our daily lives that our spirits can be released. That we don't have to hold ourselves in the thick of the 3D, because sometimes it does feel like a graveyard, right? It feels like death in our own bodies to have to stay paying attention to the news and paying attention to all of the angst that's here, that we have that opportunity on a daily basis to free our spirit from the 3D. Does that make sense, Teri?
Mm-hmm. It's so true that when we release that which is not for our best and highest good, that's turning it over so that we can then be filled with the light. And then we find ourselves floating upward out of this third dimensional heaviness and into our light bodies. And that's what we're all experiencing right now, is that shift from that heaviness to the light. And it's just a matter of letting go. That's all. Just letting go. And that, not for that to sound trite, because it's sometimes not an easy thing to release the things that we hold on to so tightly. Those things that we feel justified in holding on to, like anger and regret and shame. But when we do decide that that's it, we don't need that anymore, that's when the light body comes in, Ruth. And I think that's what you're seeing, is that energy rising from all of us that have decided to drop whatever it is that's not working and call in our light bodies. So that's where we're headed. That's where our whole planet is headed, in that direction. And the more of us that open up to that light, we're going to see it happen even faster.
And it's funny, I love how they give us messages. So, right now, I've heard the word habits a couple times now. And now visually, they just like wrote it in the clouds, like, yes, say it, habits. Okay, so what?
Mhm.
I'm listening. What they are encouraging us to do is to look at our habits. What do you do habitually that maybe pulls you back into the 3D? When you get a spare minute, are you checking news on the internet? Are you caught up in the habit of, gosh, after every meal, I go have a cigarette? Or, what are your habits? What distracts you from that freedom of spirit? They're just asking us to pay attention to our own routines and what can we set aside. Here's the word knowingness again. Having the knowingness that whatever your distraction is pulling you off center. So let's just take a minute. Just think about you, your routines. What do you do to distract yourself from your own release of spirit?
In opening up that awareness, be very gentle with yourself. There's no criticism or judgment. It's just opening to release. And when we can become more aware of the things that are holding us down, that are tethering us to that third dimensional energy, then we can decide and make a choice. Am I ready to let it go? So each in your own time, just take your time and be gentle with you as you let it go, or maybe you want to hold on to it for a little longer. I've done that myself. In the past, I've held on to anger. I've held on to blame and shame. So there's no judgment. There's just an opportunity for you to look at your habits, look at those things that are holding you back, and then decide, make a conscious decision of if you're going to hold it or you're going to let it go.
Well, and Teri, they're showing me that sometimes those habits are our own beliefs.
Mhm.
What do we keep telling ourselves that holds us down in low level energies? The thought that comes to mind is, do you have something that you repeat to yourself? I'm so lonely. No one loves me. I'm not lovable. What do you habitually tell yourself that even when you're feeling good, you drag your own self back down by your own beliefs? It's okay to question your own beliefs. Maybe they're not serving you anymore. Maybe they're not even true.
I'm just seeing Divine Mother smiling right now and happy that we have brought up this topic today. Yeah, I have a dear friend that says a belief is just a thought you keep on thinking. At any given moment, we can examine those beliefs. We can examine the thought behind the belief. and say, do I still think that way? Do I still believe that? Am I still buying into that? And always ask, always question, always rethink whatever it is that keeps you tethered down. Because we didn't come here to suffer. We didn't come here to be in pain or in agony. We came to shine our light. So if you have a thought that something has to be a certain way, just look at that, examine it. That's all we're asking, just to take another look at it.
They're showing me how sometimes our own beliefs, our own thoughts become our own jail cell.
Mm-hmm.
But really, when you stop to look at it, it's not a jail cell made of steel, it's our own thoughts. So release those thoughts and see if that jail cell doesn't just disappear as quickly.
We don't have to go back into our past and change anything. You start from where you are in this now moment, realizing that everything that has happened to you up until this moment was necessary, that it created you, it made you who you are right here, right now. And be thankful. Love all of those experiences, all those thoughts, even if they took you down a wrong path that wasn't for your best good. Love it anyway. When we love, we're not resisting. We're just accepting unconditionally. And that's what Divine Mother wants us to do. Just love unconditionally. And you know, Ruth, we have to start with ourselves. We don't have love inside of our heart. We have nothing to give to anybody else or to the world. So the very first place, the beginning, is to love yourself. And emptying out all those limits, those prison bars, releasing all of that brings us to a good place where we can love ourselves first and then give that away to others in our world.
Yes, I'm really hearing, Teri, the message today is to just be self-aware. What are the habits? What are the beliefs? What do you keep telling yourself? What's your mantra? And is it one that helps to elevate you, or is it one that holds you back and keeps you small and keeps you sad? And once you recognize what your mantra is, question it. Is that what you want to be guiding your day? And if you're ready to change the mantra, what do you want the mantra to be? It really is such an opportunity to expand your thinking, your awareness, your own limitless possibilities as to who you want to be, how you want to see yourself, because whatever words you keep telling yourself is how you see yourself. Teri, I'm seeing with our divine friends that, yes, this is exactly what they were wanting us to see for today.
Mhm. And, I have a mantra that I use, Ruth. I'd love to share that.
Please.
So every day, I remind myself that I have choices in how I'm going to be that day. I'm going to be happy, if I'm going to be sad, if I'm going to be grumpy. So every day I say this mantra: only love and light is welcome here in my energy. And when I do that, I feel that light come in. I feel the love, and everything else just takes a back seat. Maybe there's some pain, energy, maybe there's tiredness, whatever it is. When you say that particular mantra, you're calling in the love and the light of the divine and letting that be what's foremost in your energy. So I use that every day. Only love and light is welcome here. So I invite anyone that wants to borrow that and use it as your own, feel free. Just say it out loud, say it to yourself, and welcome in that energy every day.
Yeah, I hear you say that all the time, Teri, and it's absolutely beautiful. Let's just see, is there anything else that they're wanting us to share today? Okay, I'm just laughing because as I'm looking at each of the archangels and divine mother, they all have their head down like, no, that's it, but yet they're showing me a clock. And so that clock is um, just a reminder that these things take time. It takes time out of your day to sit with yourself, to sit in meditation, to sit with your spiritual guides and hear what they, excuse me, hear what they have for you today. It takes time. But what a beautiful gift to give yourself and your family and anybody else in the world who comes in contact with you, to enter that world from a grounded place, full of love, full of possibility. Teri, are you seeing anything else to share?
I just hear the voice of one of our dear friends as she reminds us to accept, align, and allow. And it's the allowing where we can all just be, no judgment, just love, and just bring in that beautiful energy into your own heart and then pay it forward, send it out into the world.
Beautiful. Thank you, Teri.
Thank you. And thank you to all the friends that joined in with us today.
Teri, would you take a minute and just share with folks what it is that you're doing on a daily basis?
Absolutely. I was given this journey, an opportunity to bring more light into the world. And what I'm doing is just moving around the country, wherever spirit guides, and taking a time in each area to call in more peace, to call in the energy of love and light into the area. Many times I go in, I do a land blessing or a land clearing. There's so many places where there's heavy energy from trauma, energy that, it may have been ancient, it might have been wars that happened or conflict, or it might have been more recent, like the fires that happened in Colorado, the floods that are happening right now. in the Midwest. So wherever I'm at, I've noticed is where I'm supposed to be with whatever is happening currently, and then just going in and bringing in that love. And it's called the Peace on Earth Tour. And I believe we can change the world one person at a time, one spark at a time. And I'm with a dear friend, Jean Lorio. Many of you Enlightened World may be familiar with her. And she has joined me on this part of the journey as we travel toward Vermont, where we are doing a spiritual retreat later in October. So it's an amazing, amazing adventure. And I wouldn't have it any other way. My life has totally changed with this journey that I've been on for almost 2 years now. I've been out on the road, and just beautiful, Ruth. And I've enjoyed spending time with you and many of our people here at Enlightened World Network that I've gotten to meet in person and come in and do the land blessings there. And water blessings. Those are a big part of it as well. You know, Jean and I are going to see the Mississippi River today. And if you all remember, wasn't that long ago that when Katrina hit here in New Orleans, where we are currently, and the flooding that happened and the devastation that happened here in this area. So there may be a water blessing later today. Everything is so spontaneous with this journey. I just am so open to whatever spirit brings forth. So that's my life right now, and I'm loving every minute of it. Thank you
Well,
for asking, Ruth.
of course. Well, we're loving being part of your experience that you're going through now. Yeah. And you just keep giving to us with the book club and angel messages every day. And yeah, you're just a beautiful gift. The life that you are living right now is such a blessing to so many people, Teri.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, friends here at Enlightened World Network, thank you for being here. Thank you for spending time in your daily life to go inward and go upward. It makes such a difference for all of us. So much love to each and every one of you. Take good care. Thank you, Teri.